that just occurred to me. And the title of our discussion is going to be the logic and illogicality of a country called Nigeria. Let me repeat it. It's the title of our discussion tonight is the logic and illogicality of the country called Nigeria. So, how do we go? We have a president called Muhammadu Buhari. Whatever you want to say about him, he's always been very bold, very courageous, very audacious. He has the audacity, the temerity to just take his own actions and decisions as he deems fit or unfit. It doesn't matter. Now, we have a major security challenges in Nigeria. And we have as president a former military general, a retired major general. He has picked most of his service chiefs from one part of the country. So my assumption is that he believes that those are the most competent people he can pick, no problem. That is his prerogative, that is his right. He can choose from wherever he likes, even if it's against our federal character, fine, no problem. But my problem is you did it the first time, and the part of Nigeria that suffered the most was the part that controlled the security apparatus in Nigeria. Please listen to me very well, because I'm speaking about the logic and the logicality of the country called Nigeria. So you pick your security chiefs from a particular area, and the biggest security challenges came from that same area. Is that not an irony? So if your own people cannot protect you, so how can they protect other people? So now we're talking about logic. You know, I attended the University of Ife from 1978 to 1982. Then I came back from 1986 to 1988, and by then it had become Obafemi Awolowo University. But one thing in Ife then was that we were taught logic. So I want to apply the logic and the logicality of the country called Nigeria, because I don't understand. So you pick soldier, you pick police, you pick Air Force, you pick everybody from a particular place. What would you expect? Won't you expect that the people of that area would enjoy the most? We have peace, we have comfort, we have tranquility. But that part became the most disastrous part in Nigeria. And I feel for the people, because me, I have nothing against anybody. I really feel for the people. What pains me is that the same people who are going through this suffering, if tomorrow an election is held in Nigeria, they will still vote on account of religion, ethnicity, and all whatnot. The logic and the logicality of the country called Nigeria. So then you sack them or you remove them or whatever. No, they were not sacked. I think after so much complaint and all that, so just felt, okay, let's have a musical chair, a game of musical chair as always, and then you remove them, and then you compensate them for failing in the battle against insurgents and bandits and terrorists. They failed woefully. There is no question. They failed. Then you compensate them, and then you bring in a new set of people. Majority of the people you bring again, the same thing. You pick them from your part of the country. Fantastic. I cannot query or question any of their credentials. Okay, I'm not a military expert. So, but my worry is that it seems still things are getting worse. We woke up this morning to a news item in Leadership newspaper, and I'm happy that it's not a southern paper that published it, because they would have said, oh, it's also those Lagos journalists. They have come again. You know, they are Abu Rabzas, they are wailing wailers, whatever they call us. Anyway, so this morning they said bandits arrived the precincts of Abuja in trucks, and so they have to shut down schools. Please, listen to me, the logic and the logicality of Nigeria. Bandits in trucks, according to Leadership newspaper, and I don't think anybody has refuted it, arrived in Abuja. And so it threw everybody into panic, and so they had to shut down schools and all that. Please, of what logic and illogicality is this in a country as great, peopled with some of the most brilliant human beings on earth as Nigeria? Why is it difficult to then try other people? If you have tried your own people and they are not able to protect their own people, so I'm talking about the logic and the logicality of the country called Nigeria. So why can't you try other people from other parts of Nigeria and see maybe they have a solution to our problems? Why do you keep entrusting security in the hands of a people from a particular part of the country, when for the past 6 years, because now we're in May, by May 29, it will be 6 years since Buhari took power. 6 years out of 8 years. If you have not found the road, there is a Yoruba saying, if it takes you 20 years to prepare for madness, so when are you going to go mental? That is what I see in Nigeria today, that we have been preparing for madness for so many years. So when exactly are we going to go stark naked on the street so that people can know that these are certified lunatics? It's unbelievable. I just read a report now. I hope it is not true again. Just as I was about starting, I just read a report. Buhari removes Hadiza Bala Usman as Nigerian Ports Authority chief, and he immediately names Mohammed Koko as replacement. Where do you do things like this? You removed Dakuku Peterside from Nimasa and you immediately replaced him with a northerner. Now you remove a northerner from NPA, you immediately replace him with a northerner. What kind of provocation is that? And you are saying people should not complain. If you know that Nigeria is not viable, then why are you forcing others as if they are slaves and they have no right to complain?